anywhere, anytime, for everyone. This is jrootradio.com.
יש עניין שהתהפך, הכל לתודה, מצווה גדולה, להיות בשמחת תמיד. יש עניין שהתהפך, הכל לתודה, מצווה גדולה, להיות בשמחת תמיד. אם אתה מאמין שיכולים לקלקל, תשמע את הדיסק, תפסיק להתבגן. אתה מאמין שיכולים לקלקל, תגיד תודה והכל יתעדכן. איזה טוב השם, איזה טוב השם, איזה טוב, איזה טוב, איזה טוב השם. כמה טוב השם, כמה טוב השם, כמה טוב, כמה טוב, כמה טוב השם. תודה רבה לך השם יתברך על האמונה שאתה נותן לנו. תודה רבה לך השם יתברך על האמונה שאתה נותן לנו. איזה טוב השם, איזה טוב השם, כמה טוב, כמה טוב, כמה טוב השם. איזה טוב השם, איזה טוב השם, כמה טוב, כמה טוב, כמה טוב השם. תודה רבה לך השם יתברך על כל תודה שאני זוכה לומר לך. תודה רבה לך השם יתברך על כל תודה שאני זוכה לומר לך. טוב להודות לשם, טוב להודות לשם, זמר לשמך עליון. טוב להודות לשם, להודות לשם, זמר לשמך עליון. איי 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 להגיד כן בבוקר הזה נתך בלילות, להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר הזה נתך בלילות. הטובה הכי גדולה שאפשר להגיד לך תודה רבה, זו הטובה הכי גדולה. אדם זורק תודה רבה, זו הטובה הכי גדולה שיכול לקבל, שהוא זכה, שהוא אומר תודה. איפה שהיה היה העיקרת להתחלה, איפה שהיה היה העיקרת להתחלה. אבא תחדש אותי לגמרי, תדליק לי את הנשמה. היי אבא תחדש אותי לגמרי, תדליק לי את הנשמה. היי מה שהיה העיקרת להתחלה, היי מה שהיה העיקרת להתחלה. אבא תחדש אותי לגמרי, תדליק לי את הנשמה. אבא תחדש אותי לגמרי, תדליק לי את הנשמה.
Yes, yes, yes. Shavua Tov. Good afternoon. And this is JRoot Radio, jrootradio.com, JRoot Radio Pro and the apps, JRoot on the other apps, the new apps, and 712-432-4217, 712-432-4217, and 718-506-9099, 718-506-9099. And the rest everybody knows. So we are right now the four of a kind, an hour of talking to myself and to you, to the listeners, about Ahavat Israel, Ahavat Chinam, love yourself and love Am Israel, love all the world, because without this we cannot survive here in this place. That's our duty to be like this. But you see, this is the Arba Minim, the four of a kind. Even we are different, even just as a different taste, a different culture, different mentality, everything. We are still one. And above all, we are Jewish. So let's take it seriously, because tomorrow is the Tu B'Av, the day of Simcha, happiness, and we just few days after Tisha B'Av, that the destruction of our temple, only because without love and hate, this destruction. So this show is basically לעילוי נשמת הרב רפאל בן יהושע הלוי, הרב נימני מיכאל חליפה בן חלו רחל נימני, לבנה בת גרסיה, רחל פולט בת אולגה, רחל בת ג'ולי, מאיר יצחק בן אברהם, דוד בן נעמי, התינוקת אביגיל בת לאה ליליאן, יחד עם כל שוכני עפר, תהי נשמתם צורה צרור החיים, אמן. רפואה שלמה, רפואת הנפש לכל חולי עמו ישראל. And we have unfortunately a list that we have here Shlomo Zalman Ben and Pearl and Elda Dina Bat Chana, Nathan Ben Shoshana, יחד עם כל חולי עמו ישראל, רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף. You know, we always say the רפואת הנפש, the soul, the healing of the soul. Today in our generation, it's always, but in this generation, this time of and place that we are here, we really need the רפואת הנפש, the soul healing, you know, because as our Chachamim said, guf bari benefesh bria. You know, if you have a strong soul and strong nefesh, you can overcome many other physical difficulty. And we know that Hakadosh Baruch Hu, the Creator of the world, basically gave us a beautiful machine. It's called the body, and the body can healing itself and working, but it depends on our spiritual and mental position and status. And one of the most important things in our life is happiness, and happiness can cause so many good things, just disturb and the minute you have sadness and depression, then all the problems starting, all the sickness, all the things that coming to our body. And I would say that according to the medical, the science, stress and depression are number one causing sickness. And above all, this is the time of praying, you know. This talking about this segment of the Torah, I would say the Mazal Tov to Mishpachat Biton, to all the people that basically has some wedding and engagement and bar mitzvot and britot and pidyon haben. The list is big, but I'm not just, I said general Mazal Tov to all of us and to Rabbi Blaustein engaging his daughter, and you know, and right now my head is not in a name. Okay, so let's just go and basically talking about the Parashat Hashavua and what happened in the world around it, and how is working for our, you know, point of view to see what's around us. Vaitchanan, and I will beg, you know, that's basically my translation. I will beg, I will ask. This is Rashi, that our sages said this, you have 10 different wording for praying. One of them is Vaitchanan, basically I'm begging, and this is like something that, way to pray. To pray to who? To our Master of Universe, the Kadosh Baruch Hu. And who is praying to this is Moshe Rabbeinu, that basically he was so close to him. So Kadosh, he was the closest person, I think, to the Creator than ever existing, and will be, you know, the most closest person to the Creator. And it's amazing to see that talking about 515 pray that Moshe just asked the Kadosh Baruch Hu to let him go and cross the river, the Jordan River, to Israel. And our Chachamim spoken about so much, but I want to talk about something that I heard it from Rabbi Levinstein, and it's something that we forgot. We're talking about the general look, but the all purpose, all the I would say that the all idea of Moshe, of being a Jewish person basically is the praying. And we see it from our patriarchs, we see the mothers, that every time that we have Akadosh Baruch Hu put some kind of obstacle, we add the tool and the idea of praying to him is waiting for our praise. The essence of Moshe Rabbeinu is essence of the tefillah, the praying. Praying is the way of the communication between us and the Creator. What Moshe didn't know that Hakadosh Baruch Hu wouldn't let him go or cross the river. He knew it because he cannot, override the. But his essence, his way to fulfill himself is the praying. And this is what I want to talk about. It's part of our show today. It's talking about how to pray and how to do it. This what is the people coming and coming to the Bet Knesset or praying only when they have problems. They have problems, or they pray and they stick and then the head on the wall and start and they finish the problem. That's it, finish. This is not the way. The way that you have to learn from Moshe Rabbeinu, from all our Chachamim, praying is first of all, it's privilege. Privilege that we have the moment or the few minutes, seconds, hours, whatever, just depends in each of us. How we connect ourselves to the Creator. We, the Jewish people, have basically mandatory 3 praying a day. In a regular day, in Shabbat is 4, in Yom Kippur is 5, Rosh Chodesh, start the month, it's 4. So this is a mandatory. Basically, the Shacharit, the morning, praying, the noon, afternoon, and the night. Twice a day, that this we get in also this Parashat HaShavua, this segment of the Torah about the Shema Yisrael, Kabbalat, all Malchut Shamayim, receiving upon ourselves the existing of the Kadosh Baruch Hu upon us, and is the ruler on us. This is twice a day, morning and night. We have to accept it and to understand. I would say that many times I see, and I'm going to synagogues, to shuls, and I see the people praying. I'm trying not to look, but I'm looking over the praying, and unfortunately I found very, very disturbing to see that people, we don't know how to pray, and we don't even give it the effort to pray, because seems like a routine, automatic pilot, as we say, just coming over there, you make a check on your list that you pray Shacharit, Shachris, Mincha, Mariv, Arvit, Mincha, Arvit, whatever. Just coming to the shul, just put your tefillin, put your tzitzit. What? As routine, without any soul. And Rabbeinu Achida said, Tefillah bli neshama is geguf bli neshama. It's tefillah bli kavana, it's guf bli neshama. It's a praying without the attention, and intention. It's like a body without a soul, like that body. And I know this because we're living, and again we're living in a generation and a time that we have so many distraction around us, so many things, so many. If it's the iPhone, it's the cell phone, the bills, the tuition, the rent, the mortgage, the workers, everything. It's like coming like the radio. Everything is coming to our head, and especially when we come to pray, that suddenly that's everything that the devil is just get into us and trying to move us from uh, the, the the right connection, trying to disconnect ourselves between the creator, between the almighty that listen to us every single moment. But when we are not connected, so it basically doesn't listen to us, meaning that it can see, it can, this, but it's something that without our intention, without our pure kavanah to come and close to the Creator, why should he will come? It's like we coming to a meeting with the king or the president, and we in the middle of the meeting, we just say taking a phone call, answer a phone call, or texting to somebody, how it will look like, how it will look like. And it's something that you have to understand that we're standing, and I see that it's something. Sometimes I was speaking with a lot of rabbis, even Rashi Yeshivot. They said, "Oh, it's like גזירה שהציבור אינו יכול לעמוד בה." It's like something that the people cannot stand it and stay quiet during the tefillah. Unfortunately, that's it's giving on upon us a lot of merit, a lot of problems to ourselves. And people ask me, how can I pray? How can I pray? And we have so many things that to learn from our chachamim. Our chachamim, the old sages, used to wait 3 hours to pray, 3 hours for morning, 3 hours at noontime, afternoon, and 3 nights at night. Basically, it's 9 hours of the day. What do you mean? It's like an hour before the Amidah, an hour of the Amidah of the praying itself, and another hour after. It's like when you go to meet a very important person, like a president or king. You prepare yourself. You go, you take a shower, you go and put a nice clothing, and then you pray. You're thinking to yourself what you're going to talk about it. Maybe you're talking, sharing with your friend what you're going to talk with the president or with the king, whatever. And then you go to meet in the meeting, and after the meeting basically you're going down, and it's like you went out and again release yourself. And I would say it's like exactly when you go to fly you have the runway, you run, the airplane starts run, and then you lift off, and then you are in the sky, and you have the moment of being with the creator, and then you come to the place and landing. It's take time. And I would say that unfortunately many of us don't understand the wording of the tefillah, and this is number one thing that I would really recommend to all of us. Try to learn the wording, try to learn what is meaning, what you pray to the Kadosh Baruch Hu. And the second time is basically, as Rabbi Nachman said, if you have some distractions, your mind is going to another location, you are the rider, you are the driver of your mind. You driver your mind, take it back, take the wheel and move it back to the right track, because if you don't find it, and you can find yourself in Timbuktu, and this is not what you want. And during the talking with our Creator, the third thing is like Nefesh HaChaim said, is that he bring it from Megid Misharim, from Marcho, from Rabbi Yosef Karo, Megid Misharim, that he wrote that the Magid told him that try to see basically the tevot, the letters pronounced coming out from your mouth and your brain, And this is a very, very big hint to all of us. And I know myself, I'm trying to do it all the time. And when you say, let's say that you say Baruch, you see the Bet, you see the Reish, you see the Vav and the Chaf. Ata, Aleph, Taf, A. And this is, I call it the Tetris game of a praying. Each wording has a location up in heaven. And this is where you place it and you open the gates. You open the gates to the plenty and everything. And maybe you don't see it today, you don't see it tomorrow, maybe you see it in 20 years, maybe you don't see it in our life, but you see it after the second world and the next world. Our praying is not immediately cash register and you just pray and getting automatically. We learn it from all our chachamim, and you see it. We see that it's I would say a credit card. We putting in our saving account. Don't be desperate when you said, "Oh, I'm praying," and God doesn't listen to me. It's not such a thing. It's not. When you are karov Hashem lekol korav, lekol asher יקראו באמת. That one is really serious, talking with the Kadosh Baruch Hu, he will see the miracles, and we have seen the miracles every moment. That's in the minute that I'm here talking to myself, it's a miracle by itself. It's really a miracle by itself. And I would say that something that in this Parashat HaShavua, we're talking about the Jewish nation, and we see that Rak Am Chacham v'Navon, like how smart nation you are. And I want to tell a story that I got it, and probably you saw this clip from Chacham Yitzchak Yosef, the Rishon LeZion in Israel. And he tell a story that he had meeting with Putin. And he thought it will be like an ordinary meeting with the head of a country, that normally is a 5-minute check and, pictures for the news, and bye-bye, giving a blessing, that's it. And he come to the Putin office, and Putin getting him a very, very respectful way, put him in the office, and he start talking. Chacham Yosef doesn't understand English, Russian, and they have the translator over there. And he's starting getting a lecture, in his word, a lecture about the Greek culture, the Babylonian culture, the Roman culture. And he said, what do you want? What do you want for my life, this strange, leader? It's giving me a lecture about all these world cultures. And normally taking, like, as I said, 5 to 15 minutes and finish. An hour and a quarter. Just Putin gave lecture, a philosophy lecture, and then in the end of this lecture, he asked him, Rabbi, do you know why I'm giving this lecture? The rabbi said, no. He said, because I want to tell you that the only nation that stayed the same way in the 3,400 years now is the Jewish people. And you know why? So now Chacham Yosef basically come to him and he said, he tried to be, in his word, to be like Arachim or any organization, Kiruf, the Aish Torah, and start telling him about the Yadut, about the divine information. He said, no, Rabbi, stop. Rabbi, stop. I know the answer. Let me answer you the answer. And he pointed at him and he told him, because you, the rabbis, it's only because you rabbis, you, the Jewish nation, stood and staying here up today. Not because the people, not because this, because the rabbi are basically follow the Torah without any hesitation, without any tricks, without any gaming, and this is what and we talk about Rabbi Yehuda ben Baba and last week about that he was appointing five rabbis after the Romans said not to teach rabbis. Only because of these rabbis, Rabbi Akiva, that gave their life for spreading Torah and without bending the law of the Torah and the law of the Chachamim. I'm talking about the oral laws and the written laws. Without giving any excuses. And this is taking me to the major, I would say, point of view, or my biggest awareness to all our listeners and to all the people. Just spread it around, because this is right now in our generation and our phenomena today. You have now a new phenomena. Everybody bought a camera and put it on the internet, and it become so-called rabbi, and I call them the likes rabbi, or the popular rabbis, I would say political correct rabbis, whatever you call them. It's not only the rabbis, also in the church you have it, and in the Muslim world is there have it. People just talking about a so-called truth and things like this, and they taking people to the down. But we cannot afford it. I tell you, the Jewish people cannot afford this situation, because I am no, and I tell you what is meaning. Unfortunately, we heard in the last few months someone, so-called rabbi, giving permission or giving like incentive to be the same marriage gender, this the same marriage, a man and a man, woman and a woman, and dog and a dog, just dog and a donkey, become really, and is the reasoning is like this. It's, yes, it's some kind of sin, but it's not so, and it's not this, and maybe because it will come to here and it will go. You see that, and we see now in the parade, so-called gay parade, in Jerusalem, unfortunately, the holy city, gay parade, people with yarmulke and calling themselves a Jewish people, that they break the law of the Torah in front of the public on everything. Just tell you how much this is the power of the media, and how the power of these so-called rabbis, that giving you the okay permission to do whatever you want without any control on your desire or on your task in life. If I say, we said it so many times about it. If I have desire to a woman, it's allow me to go and rape her. I'm sorry that I'm using the language. I have a desire to different to the same. Give me the permission. It's mean that I have some kind to fix in myself. I have desire to steal. It meaning that tomorrow I'm going to do a parade in Manhattan, to go all the stealers come to do and this, because to be proud about it. It's something that I have something wrong. Is not in the culture. Kadosh Baruch Hu, the God give us a trial to do something and to fix it. Maybe my previous life, I did something wrong that it just now it's my fix up, and I try to fix it. And this is one of things of the other things that I'm talking about. Other example is that for example, Shabbat. I know that we got text from a lady, and I got that yesterday in our shul was a discussion about what is better to come to a shul with a car or not to come at all. And in a certain shuls they have a valet parking, and they have the parking lot to come on that. And the lady wrote us, text us that she called herself a Bala Tshuva, and she used to drive to the synagogue all the time. And one day, one Shabbat, the son of the rabbi, 4 years old, told her, why are you driving to the shul in Shabbat? And she said, what's wrong with this? I said, you're not allowed. A 4 years old boy. And she said, why your father never mentioned it? And she approached the rabbi, asked the rabbi, yes, it's true that they're not allowed to drive. And the rabbi starts stuttering. This, it's not, I don't say that we start checking people with a magnifying glass and what they're doing, but don't give them an excuse to do something that they don't know. And especially I'm telling to talk to people that are chozrim b'tshuva, people that want to be Jewish, the people that want, tell them the truth. Don't come to, oh, they will slowly will learn, and then we have now in Florida issue, and a rabbi in Florida, basically, that disapprove the parking lot next to the shul. And the people are very upset over there. Why? Because this rabbi, his father used to bring him by car to the shul, and like this he become religious. It's yes, it's true. It's 1 to 1 million or 1 to I don't know how many. But beside this, the obligation of the rabbi. I'm not talking about you. My obligation is to talking about it. Though I'm not a rabbi. I'm not. I'm far away from rabbi. I'm the obligation to tell the truth. The obligation is to tell the truth. You want to do whatever you want to do with this later. It's your problem. You live far away from the synagogue. It's your problem. You want to come to the synagogue. It's your problem. Something that's it's your decision in your life. But as a rabbi, you cannot bend. And he said, "Oh, if I tell the people not to come to the shul with a car, they would nobody will come." Yes, this is meaning that you are basically bend yourself and let the community basically to follow and fall into your disinformation and distrust of the Torah Kedosha. Yes, you have a good attention. And we know that the way to hell is full of good attention. We have to talk about it because this is the way of the Jewish people. The rabbis always stand. They give the life. They gave the life only because the Divrei Torah. Only because they didn't bend it because the rich person give them money. And unfortunately, we had it in our history. We still have it. Corruption in our society. But I'm talking about the really, really leaders. And to come and tell you to tell you that the Torah Kedosha is misty and old and stuff like this, is smelly. This is nothing to do because this person is that he called himself rabbi. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's talking about. If you see any halachot book, any question and answers of halacha, you see the connection from each halacha up to the Mount of Sinai. Way over 3,400 years. Open a book. Open a Chacham Ovadia Yosef. Open a book of Rabbi Eliashib. See that the connection between what the decision come, and even that in those days wasn't electricity and wasn't cars and was also everything is as pass of and I would say a line for each generation to each generation and up to the Mount of Sinai, why they did these laws and what the explanation. And it's very, very accurate and clean and neat. It's not the rabbi get up in the morning and decided to talk about being homosexual, unfortunately. And that's what happened today. The likes rabbis that sitting in front of the camera and trying to get the youngsters to come close to to them, not the Kadosh Baruch Hu, or some rabbis that, for example, now I see in Israel, we're talking about the fix-up rabbis that messing with ladies in order to fix them. Is it something true? Is it possible that Torah Kedosha allowed to a man to be with a lady that is not his wife, to be with her and to do what is it, and especially if she's a married woman? And this is people giving them permission. This is giving permission to do this in order to fix. And I'm telling you, I'm calling to all of us. Be aware about this. I had another so-called shiur, a lesson shiur, that the guy with a nice peot and a beard and stuff like this, he said, if your wife want to go to the beach on Shabbat, it's your obligation to open the car and drive her to put her in a beach because Shalom Bayit, peace in the bayit, and the home, it's more important than Shemirat Shabbat. What a ridiculous, what a stupidity. And these people calling themselves rabbis, I don't understand this. From where they got the laws, this eterim, this stuff like this. And I don't want to go further. What to give this what so-called rabbi, internet rabbi, like rabbi, facing rabbi. You know what this Facebook rabbi? I tell you, I hate to be standing here and talking about it because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but you see the power of these people that, like, people that want to be a Jewish, want to be a from, want to follow the Torah, sincerity, serious, and they get idea that it's okay, okay, do whatever you want. God will forgive you, and that's it. He's listening to us. Yes, God is listening to us, but He didn't erase His Torah Kedosha. We said it every day. The Torah Kedosha lo tishtane. It did never change. It's one of the 13 Ikarim. So what do you want? What do you want from other people? Why are you deceiving this? Is it because you want to be popular? Because you want to be finance stabilized? And I tell you that for many rabbis and shuls cannot open the mouth because they dependent on the salary. It depends on this. Some Hasidut is basically independent. Each shul is independent economic finance establishment. So they definitely they don't get help from no place. So they need the crowd. They need the crowd, and they bring the crowd. And if the crowd is not so, religious, it's okay. You coming over the lo shma, lishma, lishma, or lishma, whatever you think it. And you can provide a parking lot. You provide a valet parking, and all this. This is you change the law of the Torah. And the Putin was right about the Chachamim, about that. We are here not because these people, so-called themselves rabbi, because only fanatic people. Because from these people, nothing come. Not many people will become Baal Tshuva of this. If somebody want to be Baal Tshuva, he want the truth. He want to get the truth. Yes, it's not easy. It's not simple. It takes time. To this, we are not saying it. It's you're just coming down and jump to the deep water and be like a dolphin swimming over there. It's not simple like this. But with all this obstacle, you want to know the truth and you're trying to do the best. And this is according to all these rabbis. And I'm telling you, the one more things that I would say that very important to us, the simple people, the people that don't understand Torah, don't understand Yadut, and sometimes you can see you're standing in front of a beautiful lecture that it makes so much sense. It makes all this. What was the punchline? Are we going to go against the Torah Kedosha or not? And unfortunately, we see it daily that they're giving permission and doing many things that it's not supposed to do. And I'm calling again about the awareness that please to all our people, and if it depends on our children and the rabbis, on the teachers, and all, if you're facing things that is not proper for the Torah Kedosha, it is against the Torah Kedosha, stand up. Don't be afraid. We said, Ubi'arta ara mikervacha. And basically you clean the devil from you. to the people that are trying to take this the system to their benefits. I'm not jealousing you. I'm not jealous on you because one day you will pay. We all pay. We will go. All of us will pay the price after 120 years if you believe. Because I don't think that a person that doing what is doing like this is a believer. It's no fear from God in doing whatever you do. People that going in the street, and talking about that against the Torah Akdosha with Yamaka. Oh, this is ridiculous, really ridiculous. I cannot say express my upsetness about it. And you can make fun about my accent. It's okay. it's, it's it's also I make fun of myself, but it's serious. It's really serious about it. That you know when Moses asked Kadosh Baruch Hu to come to Israel, to over the Jordan River. What God told him? He told him, listen, go to the mountain, look west, north, south, and east, and see the country. And my question is this: Moses standing basically in the east side of Israel, and why should he looking in the east? Basically, it's an east. In the east, he will see Iraq, Persia. What happened? And I don't know. My. I don't know if it's right. I'm right or not, but I think like this. In the minute he was on the mountain, he already was in a spiritual level that is in the middle of Israel. And basically could see all the four sides of the four winds of Israel: the west, the north, the south, and the east. And this is something that we connected to the tefillah also, that the praying, when we bring ourselves to pray in front of the Kadosh Baruch Hu, we have to know that put yourself in the right position. Our Chachamim said that imagine yourself that you are in the Temple Mountain and inside the Holy of the Holiness, in between the Kruvim. Put yourself over there, and this Holy of the Holy is placed, and then you connect yourself to the Creator. Yeah, and this is something that really something that connects to all our praying. So, Shuv, in this parasha, in this segment of the Torah, we have this also, and on Milvado. And the Nefesh HaChaim just wrote about it. And if you come to the studio, you see all in all our places we have stickers, and on Milvado. And on Milvado, no one else beside him. This. And it's amazing. Nefesh HaChaim said it's a huge segula, huge segula, to basically repeat it all the time. That if you repeat Anot Belado, and nothing can be happen to you, everything just goes flawless, because Kadosh Baruch Hu taking care of all our problem, and if our imagination problem, because it's not such a thing's problem in our life. No such a thing. Because God knows exactly what He's giving to us. And each of us has his own task, his own route and way to fulfill his life. And we have the word of what we call free choice, and that's how we're going to do it. But it's nothing bad can come from the Creator to us unless we really bring it to ourselves. We decide. So this is a very, very big sgula to talk about it. The other things that unfortunately today, and this month's few bloody murders and terror attack in Israel, um, and it's leading again talking about all this kind of, I would say, corrupt system or society in Israel. They become so lefty and so liberal. And again, I don't have nothing against them. The only against them that I have, don't do it in Israel, or don't do it especially in Yerushalayim Kedusha. Don't come and march in the holy streets of Yerushalayim with the flags. And it's not coincidence that you choose the rainbow flag colors. And our Chachamim said the rainbow is it troubles. It's something that give only troubles. And put you on a head a yarmulke in a color of rainbow. It's ridiculous. To you to who you lies. You lie to yourself. As we know, yesh din veyesh dayan. But beside this, what happened, because we know that Am Yisrael is Arevim Zeleze, and we know that we are one of a kind, four of a kind. You cannot just ignore your obligation to your brothers and sisters. And if you want to do whatever you want, go away. Leave the country. Just it's your decision. Or do whatever, but don't take out the yarmulke. Take out this symbol that you are Jewish. Because you are not. And I love you. And I'm telling you, I know many friends of mine, so-called. But it's something that you have to take over, and it's on your personal life and your personal responsibility. You cannot just say that, oh, now we're changing the Torah Kedosha, and he said it's allowed to do this. Now we can do this. In the minute we just let it go, and you see the result. And, facing that, it's really, sad story about this girl, woman, wife that was murdered by an Arab, that she was quietly freshly married, a year and a half. And unfortunately, this Arab terrorist succeed to tempt her and to take her from her husband and then murder her. And as again, the things that we're talking about as awareness. Look, who are you? A Jewish lady, a Jewish man, the royal family. You don't understand that everyone want to be close to you and trying to take you out from this cycle. Yes, I remember that we had some issue here in Brooklyn. The girls, again, was tempted, but professional. I call them professional hunters. And this somehow is our obligation to tell you the truth, and our obligation to say to you that when you're dealing with husband and wife, or father and father, parents and children, parent, you have to know that what our action to our children is so important to their life. And meaning, there was a case here of 16, 17 years old girl from Bet Yaakov, that an Arab guy that's working in the Delhi over there, every morning said, "Oh, Hayani, how are you? How you look good? How you look good?" All this stuff, and the girl didn't know that basically this is like a way to temptation. This is basically you put in like the trap in front of the animal or the anthropophody to trap it, and the bird. And slowly, slowly, every morning, every day, somebody, hi, honey, birthday, and start giving a present, and the girl fall in love on this guy. I know that the Shomrim, she disappeared after 2 weeks. The Shomrim found her and in this place and brought her home back. And I'm talking about because it's really painful to understand what happened to this girl, and my question to the parents, and I know I spoke about it already, that the parents say we give her everything what she want, what she need. The question: are you give love to her? Are you give her a good word to this girl one time? Did you told her how she is nice, how she's look, what kind of this, or always just criticize her? And suddenly she see these hunters are professional hunters, and I know this, and they know how to go. And I would say that any man and any woman can fall to these hunters. And the minute you are basically in a weak position, your husband never said you a good words, or your wife never said to you a good words, or something like this, you are open to to go to another direction. And basically, you feel losing the God love, that we know that God love us. And the minute you lose this faith, so or the gate is open, and you basically you do what you don't want to do. And this is the pay what will pay off later. And this poor girl, poor wife, and would they fall to this, and the guy basically took her and murdered her and choked her and stoned her, and unbelievable. השם ייקום דמה. And this is I'm telling you that we're talking about the internet, we're talking about stuff that people believe, and people this suddenly some people as Facebook and social media and all this stuff, and somebody, oh, I will look you how good you are, I will look you this, and just show me here and go here, and this is startup that so parents, husband and wife, take yourself a moment and put a mirror on your face, in front of your face, and look yourself in the eyes and said, I'm trying to do the best to keep my family, my children aware and understanding what we're doing. And talk to yourself and see if you really follow the Torah, if you're not cheating also. Because when you start cheating it up, it's no way that your children will be honest, and they will be really strict. I know that I'm talking tough talking speech now, but it's very painful. It's very painful to see our children falling into what you call out of the derech kids, or that the husband go to another place and the wife go to another place, and it's happened in our society. And I'm ashamed to say it, but I'm getting videos, and I get a lot of stuff that I don't even want to see, and I don't look on this. So-called religious people, they're doing stupid, silly. We got phone calls, we got text, we got things that it's not belong to our Yiddishkeit life. And people don't understand what they're doing to themselves. And it's not only themselves, this is the family, to all the 9 yards. And again, the Jewish nation stay only because sticking strongly to our Rabbanim, to our laws. And Be'ezrat Hashem, that's hopefully that tomorrow is Tu B'Av. Kadosh Baruch Hu will send us Mashiach ben David, and we celebrate in Yerushalayim. It's time really to do it, because every day I'm getting another story and another disturbing story about things that happen here and there, and it's not fun. All this kind of boys and girls that basically lost themselves in the way of searching and happiness. Searching a good word. Falling to the street. And the street is very temptation. Everybody can tell you, oh, how nice you are, what doing it, just give me, just do this, just that. And they don't understand, we don't understand that these people really don't look to your benefit, they look to their benefit. A lot of sicko people are in the air around us, and when we starting looking at and these screens, and we see what it's all about, it's scary. I'm jumping from one subject to another, and because I got this clip of so-called imam, Muslim guy that's sitting in the Temple Mount and talking about the Jewish life, the Jewish evil, and he bring you and telling you in Arabic, yo, go look and Google and search for example, for a Jewish bread. You see that this is the bread done with the blood of Jewish kidnapped boys, that they kidnap it and they take the blood and making the bread with the blood. Unbelievable nonsense, unbelievable ignorant. But again, you have some people that listen to this, they don't know, understand that. Go search really Google, because I search Google, I search Jewish bread, and what I got, the challah, and with all the recipe, with water and yeast and flour and salt, and that's it, and eggs, if you're Ashkenaz, without Sephardim, without eggs. This is Jewish, and you want to do this because it's today is a fact. But most of the people, unfortunately, ignorant, and just listen to him and they believe him. They believe to do this. We want to believe him. They want to believe him, and this is exactly what happened to us. Suddenly somebody with a pears and beard, and don't look at me, because I right now I'm like them, but don't trust me. I would say check very well. Check with a really rabbi, check with a really Torah laws. What do you mean? If somebody want to do to you something, somebody want to take you and temptation, don't buy it. Don't buy it. If somebody to get you a good words, so what? God love me better. My husband, my wife love me better. My parents love me. Parents, husband, wife, express yourself. Just say, I'm missing you, I want you. This is something that give a sense, and see what Kadosh Baruch Hu, what God give us. So much, with all the difficulty, with all the nonsense around us. When we have a beautiful life. Only 70 years ago, Holocaust. People was billionaire, disappeared, nothing left for them. Nothing. It was to eat. I don't have to tell you. And I would say that I finish the show that I'm one time with. I have so many stories about it. ואהבת את השם אלוקיך בכל לבבך בכל מאודך. Love HaKadosh Baruch Hu in such deep, and one story that I finished with the story, it's written in the story of the exile of Spain, and after that 300,000 Jewish people was exiled from Spain, and it was basically at the end of the mercy of these scavengers like like captain's boat and stuff. They to pack up the boat, and you can see now, and many times in Italy on the boats like overwhelmed from then drowning, and people drown and lost it. Then they become like, and one captain took all this group of Jewish and brought them to a deserted island. They said, okay, now it's going to rest here. And they left all the belonging and the boat, and the captain took off with all the money and everything, and left over there in the desert island. No food, no drink, nothing. Most of them died in the first day and the second day. And a person with a father, a mother, and two children. The mother couldn't take it. She passed away in the first days. And then the father decided to walk and try to find something. He took his children, walking. And he come to, I would say, it come to a place that is two children died in his hand. And he stopped. And he looked at heaven, the sky, and he said, God, you put me in many, many trials. I lost my wife, I lost my two children. But I'm not going to lose my Yadut, my Yiddishkeit. I'm born as Jewish, I'll die as Jewish. These people that we are part of them, and they part of us. We have to understand what we are. Bezat Hashem, we see mitbaser besor tovot. Thank you, and I would say thank you to all of ourselves, and thank all people that support us and listen to us, and all the best.
Anywhere, anytime, for everyone. This